we're back and into the action. Two-game esports up against Crew here. Dust2 is map number 1. Picked by Crew, but both teams have been fairly solid on it over the past 3 months. 6-2 record for two-game. On the other side, for Crew, it's 5-2. So we're expecting to see the sparks fly here.
That's right, very close scoreline overall for both teams. Crew, of course, they have been choosing this map for the litany of their last few tournaments. Immediately, fast pushing over into B-side. There's only a single member of two-game there. Zerba versus the world, potentially. Just throw out the smoke. It keeps Crew at bay. Possibly forced to re-enter towards mid-side and look for an opening pick. Crew, again, we talked about confidence in pushes. Possible lack of ability that a lot of teams have thought out in these early rounds. The convergence back over to Catwalk to A site might be an easy way through. Hardzao, few shots to pop by. Damage has already been done to Crew. They have to pop out towards the top of A Catwalk.
Yeah, smokes are going to be out here. That should be the good smoke there for the box. Maybe a little too low, and they are missing the follow-up smoke. So it's just one smoke that they're trying to gain the edge on, going up towards Cat. And there's Buddha finding the headshot onto Detroit J. Hardzao gone as well. Cheshkin waiting it long, and he's going to wait at the right opportunity. Pops out, takes care of lukiz. 5v2. Zareba and PKL probably just want to save the body armor because this one's done.
A strong opener for Crew there. Took a lot of pop shots in the beginning. I got worried, especially towards that transition over the top Catwalk. Luckily, though, not quite the case. Crew, very exceptional shots to take A site. Only leaving Zerba left, but not for much longer. A strong opening round for Crew.
Yeah, no question. Those pistol rounds ever important in MR12. Still playing on the old version of CS here, folks. The new one, not going to be in play just yet here in the qualifiers because we started without them. We got to finish without them, but I think there's been some really great alterations made, especially to the economy for the CT side. Every single frag that the CTs get is now $50 for the entire team.
Wow.
So it'll change, yeah, it'll change the complexion, right, of late rounds. Even when maybe the CTs are winning, they might hunt a little more aggressively because they got that bounty that can be gained by every single player for any additional frags that come before time runs out at the bottom of the round.
Do you like the small buy-up?
Yeah.
Coming out from the back of B-side. A scout available, but look at those two players all the way up to your double doors. It's be Luck and PKL. They're waiting for that anti-flash to peek on through, but it may never come. A scout opening pick. That's Buddha gone. Continues, though. Through the double doors. Two-game are getting antsy. They're looking for this contact play, but what do you know? Even through 1-5-7, gets an opening pick, but there's a huge trade with the Galil. That's a double. Completely removing away all CT from A site.
Yeah, two-game are on a quick rotation here. There's a Galil on the ground that Zareba's going to recover, but Crew should already have this bomb planted before they arrive on the scene. That being said, I mean, the bomb still has to cross here from long. Has the presence. Oh, Cheshkin, that's a sloppy spray, and Detroit J with his second frag on the round. Now a 3v2 advantage, but the bomb finally does go down.
Look at all the smokes up top. Zerba can use that as a hiding spot. The hunt is on, though. Good for one. Reversive falls. What about this? A trade? No! Denied! Another double off of a Galil this round. A great diffuse coming out from two-game. Keeping things at bay and only starting things off. A round loss into a double weapon buy. Bringing things back with nearly just pistols was huge.
Yeah, I mean, look, the CT side is better for two-game, and I mean, you can already tell their win percentage here, 57.1%, which is superior to Crew's at 54.2%. But they're going to need as many rounds as they can get on CT side because it's kind of the opposite on the Crew end. They've got a 58.6% win percentage on T side versus two games below 50%. At 48.1. So, you know, we'll see how this first half goes. It's good for Crew to get the pistol round, but that was a phenomenal recovery from two-game, especially given that opening frag that came through with the scout. They were looking towards the future already, way past that pistol round loss.
So it sounds like both teams are on their best sides right now. They have to play this so carefully.
Yes.
Economy not in the best spot in the world for Crew. We'll have to reinvest. We do have a match pause. Do like the way crew are working the map in the first 2/3 of a round. That entry point on double doors should have been clearly in crew's favor. Gotta give it to, I believe it was Detroit, who was able to remove one player away, get a kill off them, and then have the
Yeah.
double trade afterwards. Did hurt crew quite a bit. And of course, Zerba at the end of the round, facing the 1v2, also with the Galil. Got a double kill, and that was so strong as well. Crew have to be a lot more careful about these trades.
Bit of a technical pause coming through here, folks. I'm waiting for everything to get sorted. All right. Just received word there's a bit of a ping issue coming through. But yeah, I can talk more about the changes here.
Yes, please.
Right. So I think the $50 for each player, like not just when you get a frag, you get additional $50. It's the whole team on the CT side that will in future qualifiers or tournaments, of course, not this one. Once the patch is applied, we'll get more money. It'll just boost the CT economy immensely. It's been a criticism since MR12 and CS2 was introduced, and I think it's going to help a lot to change things. The MP9 also nerfed pretty considerably. It's still effective as an SMG from close range, but that is where its effectiveness will lie now, which is supposed to be the case for all SMGs in the game. You're not supposed to be able to snipe mid-range, jumping through the air with an SMG.
What do you mean you can't laser beam anymore? Oh, shake my head.
Yes, no, it's... I mean, it was exciting, I guess, and it was a very valuable weapon in terms of efficiency, in terms of the amount of money you spent and what you got out of it, but yeah, it was bound to happen, and I'm glad it finally did. It took a while, though. I mean, all of CS:GO pretty much, and into CS2 here. But I'm happy to see it. And I think the FAMAS will take its place because the FAMAS was buffed previously, and for those mid to long range engagements, it's going to be the weapon you're going to want on CT side a little bit more. So that's going to be bought up. I'm assuming higher percentage wise in terms of future tournaments.
Could give a lot more confidence, too, for CT-sided players. Like you said before, to go on hunts mid to late round.
Yes.
Make retakes a lot more formidable.
It also might make T's think twice about hunting when they're winning, right? Because they know that every time they die, now it's going to be money gained for their opponent. Even if they might have big bank accounts, you still don't want to give your opponent any type of edge. So it's a little more costly. Like we used to have those hunts that would go out and we'd say, oh, well, they have nothing to lose. They've got the money. And, you know, the CTs won't, well, obviously they'll get that $300 per frag that they get, but it wouldn't have been as impactful as it's going to be with that additional $50 in play. So I think both sides, in terms of how they hunt, you know, and how they go for those after round plays, or I should say after plant plays, is going to change things a lot.
Yeah, and just how confident a lot of T-sided teams will be in South America. We'll see a lot of very early saves from CC-sided teams once that bomb goes down early. So I think that'll incentivize teams, now that they don't lose as much economy, to go and fight for retakes, even if they have a numbers deficit.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's a good point, right? Instead of hanging back, instead of going for those saves, you're going to want to make the round as close as possible and try to win the fights. Now, that being said, it's still important to save. It still will be important to save.
Yeah, it's like you never save, but you don't have to worry about recycling the economy as much.
It's circumstantial. As always, right? It's going to be a big difference maker. We're still going to see the Counter-Strike we're seeing here today, but it's going to change the meta. It's going to change a little bit of the game, I think, for the better. I think this is both the MP9 change and the money change are good.
All right, the call's been made to go to a small break while we get something all set up with one of our players. But hey, don't go anywhere. We'll know. We'll be right back.
then, we're back here with round number 3. All the technical issues have been resolved, and we go into another force buy coming through from Crew Esports, trying to capitalize on the fact that there was a lot of damage done to 2 Game, regardless of the fact that they did win the round. So we'll have a couple of Galils, 2 Deagles, and the Tech 9 versus rifles for everyone on 2 Game. They've salvaged the AK and 2 Galils into this one.
Not the best buy in the world for Crew, but we've seen how strong the Galil can be for both of these teams. It was a tempo setter last round. 2 double kills. For each side, a great opener for Buddha. Unbelievable there. That's exactly
what?
He continues it even more. The streak goes on. Full catwalk control. Surely Buddha gets a 3rd. Surely, right? No. Stop right there and it's back to Detroit. Good for 2. He does get the range. I mean, that's full A-side control. Buddha, my God.
That's wild. I mean, that's a round changer. Zareba, full health, does get that frag on Ataraxius. Still hope remains, but he has to win the next one, and he can't. Cheshkin finds him. Zareba gone, and it's lukiz with 2 HP. It feels dire, and it is, because Cheshkin will find the last. All it takes is 1 Deagle to spark this Crew Esports squad to a 2nd round victory, and the force buy wars will continue, although they will be to the detriment of the CT side because it's so much harder to get those force buys to be effective on CT side, but they're managing to do some creative accounting here on the 2 Game side. That said, I mean, we have to talk about Buddha. The first one is marvelous, but the second frag is even better when he comes around there from Cat, and by that point, they just gain the space and the guns right at their feet.
Hey, can Buddha recreate history? Let's see. He was the spark last round. This is the ignition. A full 4 right outside. Not going well in 2 Games' favor. That creative accounting, unfortunately, caught up against them. No taxes to file this time around. Detroit, 22 HP left. Not a whole lot he can do with just the scout. Fortunately, though, it's the best weapon left on 2 Games' side. Zerba, only a pistol. Something heroics happen here through the smoke. Still a sneaky game from Crew. Play this somewhat carefully. A lot of fire and destruction. A 3v2. Then again, Zerba for 1. Buddha falls. 1 left alive. Seemingly out of nowhere, all the advantages Crew have gained have gone, but now it's even terrain. Zerba has 100 HP. Ataraxia with just 1, and Zerba with the swing does take him down. Unbelievable rounds back to back, JR.
Oh my God, that one a little bit messy from the Crew side. They line each other up. TK comes in, and then the 5-7 rings true for the follow-up. Afterwards, it gets down to 1v1 thanks to a great scout shot, but Zareba not to be denied, given 2 Game their 2nd round, so the force buys continue here for Crew Esports. And just think about it as well, right? If that $50 bonus is in for everyone, you're looking at $250 extra. You know, that's more util coming through for 2 Game.
2 Games needs a few more weeks.
Yeah.
But I mean, both sides with their accounting, their money management has had some creative results.
Yeah. I can't wait until I'm actually casting with the new patch, though. That's gonna be really, really fun.
That's what, like 2 or so weeks?
Probably, yeah. There's a bit of a delay for teams to obviously adjust and adapt.
That's fair. But hey, you know what? It might not be fair. The smokes are gone now from 2 Game side. The macro control that they have gained was really good. Forced Crew to play a very slow mid-game round, but of course we saw this back on round 2. Dance around a little bit towards B side, go through doors, and then go up in the catwalk for the A side take. This time though, 2 Game much more prepared. Better weaponry at that too. This was the round Crew took a lot of pop shots early on, and they still managed to get that success squeaked away. This time though, instead of pushing fully in the catwalk, it's a game of cat and mouse, both of which feel that they are cats. But instead, it's this small push towards catwalk and underneath to see if they can just alleviate some of that pressure. The push through has been made. Utility is out, and then again, 2 Game once more. Submachine guns up close. Fine work. Through the smoke towards B side. A quick dart back over through the smoke. Not everything was cleared out. Zareba once again mows down Crew Esports.
I really do appreciate the attempt from Crew in that situation. They get the mid to B, mid to B smokes thrown out, 1 for CT, and 1 on the other side. What you're seeing more and more is that B side mid smoke that comes through, and it just gives you that little extra bit of time to work your way out towards the bomb site. The problem is they got hit pretty hard on their initial engagement towards mid, and they only had 2 bodies left to try and get into B, and that doesn't even really materialize. So finally, 2-game, gain an advantage here, string a couple of rounds together. God. They go for the push, and Rahi gets the opener with the deagle on hard Zhao. So it feels like this is going to be one of those games where no round is a sure thing, regardless of the bias.
I mean, confidence is key, right? And we're seeing Crew dwaddle around mid-round, looking for that crossover towards mid. That's been the part where they faltered so much more. It gives time for 2-game to prepare. But these rush-heavy rounds where someone like Buddha, we've seen before on the D, get an opening headshot twice over. And same this time around, too, with Crew. These have been the most confident-looking rounds. Reversive, excuse me. Waiting for that push up mid. No one's going to be there. Luckily, though, that'll give full control for Crew to cross back over. They're looking for 2-game to waste that utility, and they don't have much left.
Some damage done on reverse. Yeah, and there's the nade, the finisher, the icing on the cake. Detroit J takes care of reversive. 4-4, and there's Zareba with the 4K, no, 3K spray down. PKL gets the last onto Rahi. 4-2 in favor of 2-game. Of course, it's just the eco. Still a nice spray down from Zareba despite that.
I gotta say, I'm a little surprised, JR, because I would think on an eco round, Crew would just barrel push their way directly into a site and ignore the utility 2 games bringing out, but they played their pistol round like it was a standard rifle buy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really mind that necessarily. I think teams oftentimes need to make sure that they're not always barreling out. It's certainly a strategy that can be deployed when you're on a lighter buy, especially when the Tech 9s are available. Just throw a flash, throw a smoke, and try to get up there as quickly as possible. But it's also good to try and catch off some players, right? Not always get too aggressive.
Now Buddha should be thanking his lucky stars right now. That small corner, the only safe spot away from that molly. Spread out though, 2-game once again. Full control at the extremities and mid-control. Something that's been tough for Crew to break past. More flashes and mollies are out now. Anti-catwalk play. Pressures are mounting once more for the deep mid doors. Rai. Still waiting. Attempt to go up catwalk now. Post molly. Smokes are underway. Pop shots once again. Crew. It's been their tried and true strategy for this C side to take catwalk to A control. 2-games forced to back away. All signs pointing towards possibly a retake. Detroit and Lux are stuck on an island.
Lucas?
Again, slow down, make that twice over. The Crew are just having such a hard time approaching.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, Lucas is going to get probably the 4K here. There it is, making it look easy. Detroit J misses a shot and it will cost him his life, but it doesn't matter. 24 seconds left on the clock. Buddha hoping to save, so I'm surprised he got that flashbang hits here, but I guess he's expecting the pressure to come in on the flank, which it absolutely is. So he knows he has to fight his way out. Now, waiting for that flank to come through, but Zareba is going to be waiting himself. So he wants Buddha to make the first move. Probably has this one in the bank. He actually wants to try and chase it after time. Buddha dies. No loss bonus comes through. And that will hurt.
Now, JR, question is, at this point in Crew, timeout? Yep, there it is. Definitely needed. It's been a tough mid-round for Crew. I think they have a very confident opening. Really good at getting the opening pick. It's just converting and snowballing off that opening pick to get onto a site has been where Crew seem to kind of fall apart in the confidence department.
Yeah, I mean, it's just lacking in terms of their execute as well. They had time, but the way they went out there lacked conviction, and lukiz was just lining them up. They didn't throw their flashes well enough, and I think that's you know, something we praised them about. We said they do use their flashes a lot, and when we're seeing rounds like that, it's unfortunate that lukiz had full visibility.
And statistically speaking, this is Crew's best side on their own map pick.
Yes, exactly.
This is yeah, they should be dominating here, but they've struggled quite a bit. 2-game, they just came off of a win of a previous tournament right before the Pro League start. both fought each other in that tournament. 2-game, they have a slightly higher win percentage on this map. But that means there's more footage for Crew to overview and look after them. It's an op now, deep mid. Once again, post timeout, full pistols, 2 deagles to count towards that as well. The fight towards mid. Something we've seen Crew attempt to do before, but these smokes stopped them in their tracks. Really almost no utility on their side. 2 smokes and a flash to boot. Detroit setting up for the op on the wide swing, though. Flashed out, forced to duck away. Does not want to counter a 1v5. Forced to duck away, that's 1. They got 2. Oh, it's a clay pigeon game here. 2-game once again, just waiting for the right opportunity, but Crew are bringing it back. The CZ's looking good. The plant goes down. Suddenly now Crew have an even advantage on bodies.
I actually really like the flashbangs that Crew deployed there after criticizing them at the previous round. Those were really good because they forced Hardzao and lukiz to drop down. And then, yes, a couple of frags do go the way of 2-game, but it's just so many bodies and pistols running in their direction that eventually they pick a couple off. So now 2-game are on for the retake. Already Crew ensuring some money will be in their bank accounts, additional 600 to it in the next one, but now they try to survive. They could get even more here with a round victory. Unfortunately, they lose out of Raxia, but reverse of and Raihi take care of business on the other end, and Raihi the last on the Detroit J. Crew indeed have pulled off the eco round victory and get a 3rd.
So impressive from Crew to see post timeout. As you said, utilizing those flashes on the execute was an absolute game changer. Not even just on the execute, but for past smokes too. Flashing out the opper, forcing them to go down below, make sure that they can't go for that immediate shot. Ends up with Crew winning the round, not only securing an AK in the process, but Ataraxia picking up that op. Now having that extra money bonus in their possession, not having to invest into it. It's a matter of the early util dump. Timing was out. Unfortunately, the shot did not connect. We're back to a standstill once again, though, JR. Crew, this mid-round is going to be everything to see if they've learned from their mistakes post-timeout.
Yeah, 2-game, they've got some pretty convincing long control at this point with lukiz tucked into the corner. Crew thought about going towards B. Zareba throws that incendiary right at the ground. Hit him a little bit. Zareba. Smoking it, tossing towards those tunnels. Versive is moving in. So now the hit will go towards the A site instead. Detroit J could be a difference maker with the op, but he's supporting long for now. Now realizing that it's probably going towards Kevin. Hardzao is barely alive. Walks away from that Molotov limping, his legs charred. His teammate falls. Detroit J on that side. Now he gets overkilled by the AWP through the box, in fact. PKL doesn't get one back, and Luke is another. Okay, that's sloppy from Crew. Not even planting the bomb yet. They lose a couple of players on the periphery, and now this becomes possible for 2-game.
AWP was gone immediately. lukiz, though, was setting up for the flank through catwalk. Decides to double back, double doors. The fight again for long. AWP is out, though. Ataraxia removes lukiz. Players left now for CT's side. A fatally missed shot. Ataraxia traded out by Zareba. Doesn't matter now. 1v2. Again, such pendulum swing heavy rounds. Which way will the clock go? It's nobody knows. Reversive once again. Fights the 1v1. Nearly gets it. It's going to be the USP at the very end, though. Quick defuse once more. Zareba in 2-game now. Double the rounds over Crew.
That's a round Crew has to win. I mean, everything going your way as you're executing towards that A site. You catch off Hardzao with all that Molotov damage that goes through. He survives with 1 HP, barely gets away, and you also find the opener in towards long. Now, after that, Hardzao down through CT. You're like, okay, cool. 5v3 in favor of Crew. There's no way they can mess this one up, right? No, wrong. They went a little too aggressive on the hunts for control. Didn't even have to have a player into mid. They could have tucked into cap, but instead they're trying to take fights when they don't need to, and they get punished every single time. And you saw Ataraxia a little bit slow on the op, I want to say. I feel like he should have had that second frag, even though the pressure was on. It's tough. On the Crew side, losing a round like that. 2-game are right back into it, and they double up on Crew scoreline.
Very oppressive util outside mid now. Again, full control for Crew. This is something they've relied on for their T side. 2-game, not having nearly as much manpower deep mid to go past the smokes as before. Reversive, feeling confident here. I was scared for a second that he may try to dry swing through the doors and try to fight Hardzao. Not quite the case. Time A lot more pressure. Crew are hunting for this opening pick before they decide where they want to push. Hardzao looking to maybe take this opening fight. Not quite the case. Crew are caravanning their way back over towards A site. The bomb deep in the tunnel. Just wants to make their way back. However, Hardzao once more dancing with the devil himself is playing such a scary game. He's waiting for that smoke to dissipate. Sound to be made before it's being caught out by Buddha. That's a huge opening pick, and that may be go time for A site.
You already talked about it. The amount of opening picks Crew has gotten is actually largely in their favor. I don't think 2Game have nearly as much. And then look what happens afterwards. They just walk into a slaughter trying to get out of the smokes towards A. It's lukiz again with a 2K and Detroit J and Zarebek chiming in for a couple of their own. They ran out of time on the Crew side. Didn't realize how much time had burned off the clock, so they go for a desperate play and they get absolutely chewed up. So, again, back to my point before all that chaos came through. Crew is getting the opening frags. I think they've had them in at least 6-7 rounds, right?
Yeah.
Where they've been the ones getting the openers, and they're losing them.
I think they've gotten the opening just about every time they begin to execute a site, especially catwalk to A. But outside of that one flash round, and correct me if I'm wrong for this last round, I don't think they flash out of smokes really on that upper cat execute at all, outside of that one pistol.
You might be right. That was really tough. I don't know if even they had the flash left or they just panicked a little bit looking at the clock and tried to push out, but it's the second time they got caught out a little bit. You're not wrong. That was really too easy for lukiz up close against that smoke to take care of it. So we're going to have another pause here. It looks like we lost lukiz. So he's going to try and rejoin the server. I'm not sure how long this delay will be, folks, but I imagine it should be quick, because he's probably just got a game crash and we'll be right back into the server. You already see 2Game buying up and getting ready to go, so I imagine the return will be soon. But yeah, no, overall, 2Game have looked like the better team, although we've seen mistakes come through from both sides, which we've already highlighted.
I think 2Game have been better about correcting their micro mistakes, though. For Crew, it's more so the macro on executes, whereas 2Game, they're switching things up their CT side. We're seeing, sometimes a 3-stack, sometimes at minimum a singular player deep inside mid double doors, and they're just buying their time and playing around with this utility usage in that deep mid doors just to slow Crew down, and it's really catching out how Crew want to execute on A site. All right, sounds like we do have a player that did unfortunately crash, so we will be going to a small break while we get them back into the server. A little bit longer than we thought it would be, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
All right, we're back into it here, live once more into Dust2, and I mean, 2Game have a pretty sizable lead off of mistakes that have been made by Crew. They've had those man advantages, the opportunities have presented themselves quite clearly, but they haven't been executing in the mid to late rounds very effectively, and that will have to change for Crew if they want to find the success on their T side, which is usually, as we've highlighted a couple of times, their better side, but it's not going well today.
An additional highlight as we get into things too, Zareba is 14-3 so far for KD, and then lukiz trailing behind a little bit, 11-6, still blowing everybody in Crew out of the water in terms of KD style. So hopefully now Crew, again, statistically both teams now first half are their best sides on this map. Need to bring it home here. Talked about how before the break, mid side has been very important for Crew to use that to cross the river back over into A site. Unfortunately, that seems to be where the team falters quite a bit as well. Pressure this time, though, on B. Could be a sign of an execute back over that way. Minute left on the clock. Last time we saw this, it was Zareba, I believe. No, lukiz for the meltdown. We just have to switch it up here.
Okay, it's going to be that mid to be again on the eco. Ooh, he's out pretty far, but PKL clotheslines him with the A1S. PKL looking for another one, does fall, but Zareba's good on the trade. Still a little scary here, and Zareba dinked down to 4 and then taken down by the AWP of Ataraxia. Means there's an opportunity at a bomb plant, but a great shot from Detroit J may have ended those chances. Buddha, last one standing. Gets the shot on Detroit Ladies. No, the other one's close by. He doesn't, but he does manage to survive a little bit longer, and eventually, Hardzao will finish the job. 8-3 for 2Game. Again, though, I appreciate the effort there from Crew, Keg. I mean, they came out, went for that mid to B execute. It went okay in the opening moments. Did they get the first frag again? They may have. It doesn't matter.
I want to say no.
Yeah.
I think it was 2Game that got it off of tunnel there, unfortunately.
You're right, but either way.
Yeah, it wouldn't really matter at the end of the day. 2Game still won that pretty handedly. It was all pistols except for Ataraxia with the AWP investment. Interesting, to say the very least. Thought maybe that could have been the difference maker, but unfortunately there just not enough room. Not enough for impact, though. Hardzao switching it up, completely denying mid this round for against Crew, smoking up heavily, is severing Crew from both the left and right sides of the map. Oh,
Ooh,
hello.
This is bold, maybe a little unnecessary, but 2Game getting feisty here in the last round of this half.
I mean,
Shots
8-3,
fired.
you might as well.
Well, yeah. Still gotta stay disciplined. I don't mind it, though. Let me be clear. Like, it's good to go for some aggression. Controlled, at the very least. They did fall back after finding one and losing the body, so it's not too bad. Just have to be a little careful with the way this one has gone. It feels like even a small misstep could snowball into something worse.
That's true, and Crew have been really good about converting these snowballs. 2Game to prevent the snowball from beginning in the first place. They've been great about melting down Crew. Impact nade is out, does minor damage to Buddha. Luckily though, Ataraxia, other side through catwalk, does take one down, make that 2. Treats the Galil like it's an automatic AWP, but Detroit there's with the real deal. Does remove Ataraxia from the round. He's in now there's Sheshkin. Unfortunately, he's not there to find a whole lot. 9-3 for a great first half.
back into it after an early back and forth here in this map. Crew fell apart towards the latter part of that first half, and now we have a 9-3 two-game lead. But it could all change here on this second half. That being said, historically and statistically, this is 2 games. I mean, it is their worst side, but Crew are usually better on their T side, so that's the only concern I would say.
Yeah, especially that they've only converted 3 rounds in that first half, which statistically is their best half, is not sparking a lot of confidence, even for their own map pick early on. They'll have to have heroics come out of their pockets here on CT's side if they want to make something work. 2-game are going in full force, though, immediately reversive. Unfortunately, not long for this world. Just attempted top shots, 1v5s every which way you look from Crew, excuse me. Bomb does go down. Everyone's grouped up top of catwalk, but unfortunately, it seems like it's an assembly line for Crew to try to take their shots at everyone on the 2-game.
They're dropping the flies here. He and Cheshire, the last 2 standing. He does get one, but he's all by his lonesome now. And he will be flipped down. Pulls on his knife. Doesn't expect that. It actually still gets Detroit J on the flank. That's impressive, but he's dead anyway. 2-game, find the 10th, and it's just a nice explode towards long. They take the space immediately. No one's really there to greet them, and as soon as they spot that player over towards CT, they flush him out and then smoke it out. So they're able to get to that site cleanly. And then 2-game, make no mistake of it towards the finish line. 10-3 in their favor. Crew, I mean, there's not really much of a choice here. They need rounds, so they're going to go for the force buy.
Yeah, and I don't mean to come off as a negative Nancy, but saying, cool, it's impressive, but they die anyways, really seems like the motto for Crew so far this first map. Great at getting opening picks, great at making it look flashy in the process, but unfortunately just a struggle to close out these rounds.
No, you're not wrong. We've already lost the first player here. Hard Sal blowing open the smoke. Ataraxia gets the tag. Okay. They were pretty good in a prior force buy in the first half, especially with that Deagle. Kale has the Molotov handoff. He's going to toss that in. That forces the player out. Beautiful stuff. Great timing with Hard Sal to ensure that if Cheshire gets flushed out, he's done. And you have a 4v3 advantage for 2-game. Anubis gets bomb plant. They're still a little wary of of boost here. Buddha is in the vicinity, so they're being careful about when they choose to plant this.
Important note too, shutting down the possibility of a flank. It's been discovered by Zareba. They don't have to worry about anything other than the frontwards line. Top catwalk though. Ataraxia once again. Scout available. Buddha falls. One of which now, that scout is one of 2 left. Although it seems like the call's been made to save. Yeah. Crew needs everything they can for the next round.
Yeah, I don't mind it at all. I mean, look, Ataraxia, I just realized this is the last scout here. I don't know if he was the one bringing... Yeah, he was the one bringing it to it. Their offer, that's insane to go for the glass scout, but it was the choice that he made. Didn't actually die, although he did get a tag. That's all he finds in the round. 2-game, going to get an 11th. This honestly feels like it might be over.
Yeah.
Fairly quickly.
Unless Crew somehow magically... I mean, to be fair, we did see some wacky rounds in the first half. If Crew can't convert this 11, we're looking at map 2 already. But this is the same teams, I should say. First half, we saw back-to-back eco round wins that seemed improbable and did become reality.
Question. I mean, but at the same time, now they're down 11-3, and it's really getting dire. And then you look at the next map, which is going to be on Anubis, absolutely favoring 2-game in that veto. That's of course why they picked into it. I don't know.
Oh, great from Buddha.
Look, I mean, that's again another beautiful shot from Buddha, and that's how they started out to get that, I believe, 2nd or 3rd round victory. But we've seen so many opening frags from Crew that don't materialize into anything.
I mean, you could say it's impressive, but they die anyways. Going back to... Yeah, I mean, Buddha, he did get that double off the Deagle. Did help win one of the crucial first rounds for Crew, 1 of 3. Then again, though, Magic needs to recreate twice now to have that happen. Lukiz, though, above the smoke, closing in like a giant viper right around right around 2 game. Zareba denying the chance of a flank from Crew. Just a mow down from here, unfortunately. Buddha is one of 2 left with the Galil in play. Ataraxia no longer with the scout. I'm sorry, continue with the scout, excuse me. So unfortunately now the only one left. Can't engage with his teammate. Tucked too far in with a sniper. Try to catch out the wide swing potentially, but at this point the bomb should have already gone down. Hasn't yet. Ataraxia is good for 1. Try to reroute back around down below. Smokes everywhere. 1 up above, already waiting for Ataraxia's position.
I think the biggest problem here for Ataraxia is the lack of body armor.
Mm.
I don't think he's going to be able to get past his AKs. Yeah, it's done. Zareba finds him 12-3 in favor of 2 game. They have 9 opportunities to close out their opponent's map pick. And to note, Crew are actually playing for overtime there. They only went for a lighter buy. Now here comes the full buy, and they're going to need to win it. Every single round, in fact, remaining in this regulation will need to be theirs for a chance at reclaiming their map pick.
Zareba now 20-4, a 5 KD in this matchup. Has been the Thanos against Crew. Simply unstoppable, it feels. Ataraxia, for the criticism we do give him, has been 12-12, the only positive player on the team for Crew. Has been all reliable when it comes to the AWP. Plenty of utility brought out early on. That's going to be an opening pick against Crew. Very rare to see in this matchup despite the scoreline.
In 2 game, everything's going their way. The opening frag was hard zoust through the smoke. They're even lined up properly through the door, but nothing connects. And okay, hold on a second. Ataraxia and Reversive do reverse the script here of this round, potentially, and Ataraxia connecting on towards Zareba to make it a 3v2 that's even more potent here for Crew. Not to mention, they've got the bomb towards top mid. How does that fall apart for 2 game as Zareba's the last one standing?
Yeah, very... It feels a lot like the sides have just been reversed. Crew, though, despite losing the opening pick, they were great about mowing down mid. It's just Zareba now versus the world. Despite having such a monstrous lead on the scoreboard, does not want to give away his life so quickly.
I mean, the gun has value. He's got 5,300 in the bank, so the loss bonus of 1,900 is kind of irrelevant. Not to mention, you know, he's got more in his hands just in the AK than the loss bonus would be, and he's also got the body armor. So he just wants to save at this point and drop for Hardzao or lukiz, and then they'll be able to buy up, because I think he should be able to actually drop a couple of guns, probably an AK and a Galil, or excuse me, get an AK for himself and drop a Galil.
Yeah, I agree. 4-12. Could be the beginning of something. Plenty of people left alive on Crew's side. Not a whole lot of reinvestments needed. Just utility mostly and some guns.
Oh wow, that's really unselfish from Zareba. He actually drops 2 AKs. The first one that he had in the round from the round prior, and then another one for Hardzao, and buys himself a Galil instead. He's 20-4. Zareba, you can be selfish. You are the best player on the team right now. It's okay. Keep
Maybe
the AK.
the idea is that he's going to pick up someone else's AK later into a round.
Maybe.
Opening pick goes well, though. Buddha unfortunately falls. Been one of the flashiest players for Crew. Ataraxia, though, trait is abound, forced to back away. Back to the op as well. Does get one up top alley. Or the catwalk, I should say. That's Lucas gone. The game are forced to tuck tail and run away. This endeavor did not work. And they're forced to reset, down 1 body. Comparatively speaking, the Crew.
You're making the right call with tons of time left. PKL's hanging around. He's taking some damage through the smoke, throws the flashbang as well. He just wants to keep the forces here towards the A site. He's been successful in doing that. The problem now is Cheshkin. He was heading towards those upper tunnels, but now deviates back into mid. He wants to try and cut off the players going towards that B site, but he still might get the timing here. Yeah.
1. Sees a second. Now utility dedicated towards mid. Cheshkin's not able to get away. But now look at this, limping towards B site, throwing out a smoke, hoping for the best that maybe he can circle around it. PKL's looking to catch somebody out mid. But no. It's a fake.
I'm surprised. They're just going off the guns now because no util left. Rotation's going to probably come back in towards this A site or maybe go into mid. We'll see what they decide. 24 seconds now. They did manage to find a smoke. Okay, that's why they can deviate back in towards this B site. But it's going to have to be fast. They need to clear the right angle.
That's right.
And that's left.
Left is right, right is left. We'll have to wait and see this hard to make the right decision. The answer is no. A hard mow down. No one checks. A 5th round now given to Crew. Slowly, but surely crawling their way back up. Possibly the sniff overtime.
Still a little early, I would say. Not to necessarily say that. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it's been a good run here for them with their backs against the wall to get a couple in a row. Probably going to be 3, you'd imagine, unless these P250s do something insane. But I think 2-game going fast here up cat is not a bad call because often there's a lot of pressure applied by the CTs towards long. And yeah, lukiz was hoping Budo wouldn't be ramp. And he was, so this is done.
Oh, damage on the nade as well. Hard's out. Waiting for someone to cross the corner there. It'll be a good chance for Buddha now to catch up to Ataraxia. Not too far off, all things considered. 6th round. This is the one that matters most now. I mean, full reinvestment from 2-game.
Here we go, 2-game. One thing that is probably nice for them is that they got a lot of chances at this. They had 9 to kick things off. Now they're down to 6, but here come the guns again. 4 AKs and the Galil. Where do they go with their strat this round? Looks like they want to try and gain some presence towards long, but that early incendiary will delay them. Maybe even change their minds as the smoke comes through after. Sheshkin made it down to 66. He's in a tough spot. Actually, no, it's Ryu's in a tough spot, but he fades back into the smoke for cover. Ataraxia, important shot, hits it. Buddha's waiting with him, and Ataraxia almost flicks around to try and find someone over in the lower tunnels, but lukiz is the one to get that trade. That being said, the advantage still belongs to Crew.
It absolutely does. Full map control, all things considered, though. Line of the Meridian could be this double door section. Deep down in pit, Hard's out. Needs to clear this corner very effectively. Only a molly, no flashes to use. Oh! A head was spotted. All bait, though. Trying to lead the members of 2-game back over for the onslaught up above. But no, they're smoked out. Leave him reversive up to his own devices, and it works. Bomb is down completely. Leaving it only to lukiz. Up above on Cat. Does find some damage. Possibly a kill. No! Ataraxia gets away.
Yeah, that's not pretty towards long. 3 engagements go awry. Or I should say 2. But, I mean, they had the Molotov out there, and it should have been putting enough pressure on Reversive to end his chances at having that much impact. But the lack of the trade is what really makes that one tough for 2-game. Now lukiz, they know exactly where he is. They've abandoned the bomb entirely. They know there's no time for him to go grab it. So they're just hunting for frags. In fact, they're probably going to wait for time to run out and try to punish the economy here of 2-game. lukiz has the Molotov to slow them down, though. That's going to be enough. Here they come, trying to fight him. Time has run out. lukiz knows what's at risk, and he falls after time. No loss bonus comes through, and it will be a 7th round for Crew.
I mean, not only now have Crew doubled the amount of rounds they got in the first half, but +1 on top of that. Let's start thinking about expectations going for the next few rounds. It's looking like another eco round from 2-game. They let this one slip away, which, I mean, at this point, again, weaponry, big differential. Looking at 8-12. Oh, surely a timeout after this, right?
I thought they would call him in a couple rounds ago, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a
I
bad
agree
call.
with you, though. Need to get things settled down. We'll need a timeout after this. Maybe they hit some crazy shots. Ataraxia gonna get the opener onto Hard's out. They do have the site, and this will be a bomb plant. Ataraxia wants to get one more frag before that happens, but they're conceding the site over towards this 2-game squad.
Bomb goes down now. Full retake for Crew. Body advantage, weapon advantage for sure. Ataraxia having a field day. Just setting up and waiting for anyone to overpeak here from 2-game. This is so smart. All the players are crew. All but one. Pushing towards long. Allowing Ataraxia to take that swing if need be. Reversive now padding up. His stats a little bit more, getting a good 3K. Has to be another defuse.
Well done from crew. However, they do give up the bomb plant, which means the buy-up is going to be very comfortable from 2-game into this round. They've rebuffed them for 5 rounds in a row. Need 4 more to get us to overtime. Ataraxia has been doing a phenomenal job with that AWP. He was very good in the first half. I'd say, aside from 1 round where he just looked a little bit off. I don't know if he's just trying to shake off the early jitters or whatever it was, but he looks much sharper now.
Oh, yeah.
So that is good news here for Crew. But on the other side, Detroit J, maybe he will be able to make a difference for his squad with that big green. He's watching in towards mid, throws the smoke. And now 2-game, taking that space in mid.
A lot of utility now dumped in mid. Crew are holding tight for A side expectations now. 2-game push there. Through the smoke. Unbelievable. Right balls. That's a huge opener for 2-game. Setting up again. Matter of time now. Don't want to overreact to that 2-game. Still biding their time to see if anyone on crew tries to fire back and push up to even the odds. The answer is no. Now sub 1 minute. Oh! Nuclear bomb. Well, all right then.
Oh my god. This is now turning into a sloppy affair from both teams. What is going on?
What happened?
I don't know.
All right, man. Sure, man. Okay, so we're trying to figure out on the behind the scenes. We have our top researchers figuring out the strategy from 2-game.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're getting word now. We're getting a mass disconnect from 2-game side.
Okay.
That would explain the apocalypse that happened in the map.
Yeah, no kidding.
It was the Rapture. But we're trying to save everybody. We're getting as many levers and pulleys as we can. Something tells me, maybe I'm jumping the gun here, maybe I'm jumping the pulley for the anti-Rapture utility device here too quickly too. I think we probably have to go to a break to get everybody back. Sounds like...
have left the ground. Oh, nothing can hold me down. There's nothing I can do. Baby, I'm telling you the truth. And if I can't be with you, take my heart. You knew what you were doing. You knew what you were doing all along. Tried to disappear. You can't find me. You can't find me here. Soon the world will be far behind. I tried to get away, but you keep sending me a sign. Oh, baby, there's nothing I can do. Baby, I'm telling you the truth. You always keep me on my toes. Don't wanna keep on going. If I can't be with you, take my heart. You knew what you were doing. Take my heart. You knew what you were doing all along. Take my heart. You knew what you were doing. You knew what you were doing all along.
Everybody know we gon' do it like this, do it like this, do it like this. Everybody know we gon' do it like this. Straight from the underground. Everybody know we gon' do it like this, do it like this, do it like this. Everybody know we gon' do it like this, do it like this. Straight from the underground. Everybody know we gon' do it like this, do it like this, do it like this. Everybody know we gon' do it like this.
gotta chase the dream of yesterday. But the stories told, the golden memories, ain't a truth but just a fallacy. But there's hustlers, stealers, liars out on this road, and they'll feed the fire and watch it all explode. Gotta put those flames out before we burn it down. Gotta plant new seeds in this ground. Don't let yourself be troubled or think on yesterday. Keep on moving, come on, don't stand in my way. Some people wanna pull you under. Some people wanna make you cry. Some people rolling in like thunder. We gotta fight the feeling, we gotta do it right. If the hustle and grind breaks your stride, do your turn and blame the other side. If the hustle in your mind makes you decide, it will crack and strip you of your pride. Oh, but there's hustlers, stealers, liars out on this road, and they'll feed the fire and watch it all explode. Gotta put those flames out before we burn it down. Gotta plant new seeds in this ground. Don't let yourself be troubled or think on yesterday. Keep on moving, come on, don't stand in my way. Some people wanna pull you under. Some people wanna make you cry. Some people rolling in like thunder. We gotta fight the feeling, we gotta do it
All right. We're back.
Yeah, we're ready. Good to go. That was crazy. Apparently, all of 2 game lost power, assuming they're in the team house, so they lost power, and it was getting close to them not being able to make it back in here.
Yeah, I mean, you know, a little bit of peek behind the curtain, behind the scenes. They were like a minute or so away from having this map be FF'd, and they would have gotten a little bit more time. Had the power not come back, they would have lost the entire series. So, thankfully that's not the case. Crew are making the comeback now. Hopefully, 2 game aren't coming back into this cold. Hopefully not without that anxiety that their power could go out again. Those are factors in mind to think about as we head into possibly overtime.
I think the most unfortunate thing is they don't win that previous round and lose it instead after winning the opener. It's just the way it is. I think damage is already done, so.
Okay, yeah, production just talked to us, confirming
yeah.
again that, yeah, they did lose that last round. Unfortunate for them. Luckily, though, back into things, 2 games, still keeping up at the same pace as they did before the apocalypse had happened. Top of Catwalk now, there is going to be 1 player in the fray. I apologize, that's down below. Anyways, though, there is 1 player. Is that Ataraxia? Yes, it is. The Upping King is down far away. Unfortunately, though, Crew's forced to back away as that bomb goes down.
That was a big miss from Atarax. You have to wonder how much the break hurt them there as Lucas finds the headshot onto Rahi. Cheshkin does get one back, but they're on the outside looking in. But Cheshkin, a second. Why is Rubba even chasing that? I guess he just wanted to try and find the win on that fight before they get back to the site, and maybe it would have been a good idea, but now they only have Hardzal left. He's not even close. It will be a defusal, assuming Crew get on immediately, and they do. Hardzal, not much of a chance here, and he's done.
Yeah, looks like Cheshkin made sure to keep that the aim alive through the break. Did have a struggling series for quite a while now, but 12 and 16, very formidable. Getting back up there in the leaderboard. 10 and 12 now. I remember this half started off 3 and 9 for Crew. 7 rounds essentially in a row, more or less. It's just a matter of them converting these last two. 2-game only needs 1 more round to put all this behind them. Fresh slate into game 2. We talk about how the first half was the best half for both these teams, which logic would state then that this half is the not so good worse half for both teams. So Crew has been certainly making work out of it. 2-game, struggling just like how Crew did to find these executes into the mid-round. Rai, to maybe push up beyond this smoke, listening for any sort of impact or any sort of audio cue to push on in. He finds the spray, but it's Lucas instead to take down the opening pick. Not a good start whatsoever for Crew.
No, not at all. Ataraxia, oh, another miss. It feels like since we got back into the action here, Ataraxia has looked the same as did in that first round where I criticized him with the AWP, which is not a great thing for Crew. 5v3 this time, and 2-game have the guns at their disposal. Reversive takes more damage than he deals out. Throws the flash, tries to set up Buddha for some action here, but Buddha gets his head taken clean off by PKL's AK-47. Look at that health for Crew now. Only 30 HP combined for Cheshkin and Reversive, and now they've lost Reversive. It's all up to Cheshkin in a 1v5.
Map 1's been an emotional roller coaster. Cheshkin's the last one left. Come through on the CT side where they were able to control the pacing a lot more, and to us, that was a surprise. Statistically, Dust2 CT side, not really Crew's best foray, but here they are again, changing up expectations. Not a clean start for the team, but I really hope here we can see a fresh slate from Crew.
I agree. No question. Crew need a second chance at life in this BO3 and in this qualifier for sure, because it's only a single elimination until we get to the double elimination bracket in the playoffs, or I should say stage 2. We're in stage 1 right now. 2-game looked pretty strong on map 1. They had their issues too, right? They had that a 12-3 lead and they almost let it slip away, but they closed it on the end.
Great opener there. Unfortunately, a slow game launch here. Did ramp up towards the end past the power outage. Looked pretty good. Crew, however, winning the majority of these fights. PKL attempted to make wonders work. Did get one, unfortunately. The only player on the ball to take a body away on 2-game side. Zareba had a fantastic game 1. Last one left alive here. 1v3 for the potential retake and to a plant. Did not check to the left immediately, unfortunately there. Cheshkin once again catch everybody off guard. A great opener.
Absolutely. T side is the favorite side on Anubis, and Anubis actually, it's gone.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace for now. It has been taken out of the map pool. Not the map I expected nor wanted to be removed from the game, in the competitive environment anyway. But it is. It is gone.
Well, now, hold on. You can't just leave us hanging like that. Which map would it have been, JR?
Oh, wow, yeah. I would have taken on Mirage, personally.
Really? Okay.
I think it's a great map. Look, we always get some good matches on it, but it's stale. Like, it's a map that's been around since CSGO started to be competitive, right? And it hasn't ever been removed from the map. I just would have liked to see a change on that map. Right, we have our mainstays.
But you know what won't be stale? This amazing mode down from Crew. Everybody here on 2-game, it was just a pistol buy. Not able to survive on B side. Did have the right idea that Crew would want to approach into B. 5-stack there could have worked out well, but unfortunately, not quite going in 2 games' favor.
Well, 2 game. They got the guns now. Don't really have stats, I would say, for Crew. It's only 1 map, so it's hard to read into the numbers there. But on the 2 game side, their T side is as expected over 5 maps, so much better. Their CT side, 66.7% win percentage. For CT side, it's at 50%, which isn't bad. And does explain why they've had success here on Anubis when you can have 50% of your round victories on CT side.
We talked about, too, how 2 game previously won a tournament just before going into the Pro League. Does have a lot of footage up against them. Crew, they played their cards right. They certainly have a lot to review in Counter-Strat 2 game. May have seen glimpses of that second half of Dust 2. Certainly not on their own executes back on Dust. Crew, however, setting a great pace early on here. T side on Anubis. Detroit's got to watch out, though. Smoke nades out, pressuring him far back, giving mid-control once again to Crew. Very similar to how we had seen map 1 play out. My big worry is that, again, we see Crew put a lot of pressure one side, smoke out mid, and dial back and regroup for another execute at the last second. That's what things get scary for this team.
PKL spots out a couple players. I think he saw the arm there of Buddha. Zareba gets the first onto reverse it. Buddha the trade. But it's a tough spot he's pinched in on, and Buddha, right before he dies, does manage to find Zareba. The problem is that was the bomb. The bomb has been dropped at the feet of 2 game. Detroit gets Rahi, and yeah, this is all going the way of 2 game now.
Yeah, that mid-push looked decent at first there for Crew. Unfortunately, once that bomb had gone down, all the survivors of Crew completely spread out, looking for anti-alerts, but not really focusing on the objective with how little time was left into the round. Things are looking a little scary again for Crew, as 2 game now gained weapons and have had weapons. Plenty of utility here for this CT side to control Crew at bay. Oh, look how deep those smokes are. 2 game are going to want to press into this and force out Crew util very early on.
Yeah, Detroit's going to get 2 more, and this is just a complete wipe. That was a buy-up. That's a buy-up from Crew, and it gets completely erased 2 in a row for 2 game.
Gotta give credit, though, when we saw Crew go for very similar executes on Dust, they would not flash their way beyond the smokes and the chokes and just dry rush their way in. Luckily, though, this time, despite the same results, they did flash through and gave themselves somewhat of an advantage. It just didn't work.
This round's going to be fairly clean, I'd imagine. Detroit J gets the opener onto Buddha. Nade going to get tossed into the smoke. And Crew, they reset a little bit. They do have that deagle on Rahi, and we saw Buddha, anyway, previously do some work with that deagle to
Buddha's
give Crew
gone.
a round victory. He is gone, but Rahi's trying to make up for that. Channel his spirit from Dust2.
Oh, the Buddhist way. PKL, could he do the same, though? Mayo barrel spotted? Potentially? No, that's tough to say. PKL could be swinging into a double swing of his own. He's good for 1. It's like a Hydra. 1 head's gone. 2 more re-emerge. Unfortunately, though, right at the wrong time. The Hydra strikes back. That's going to be a huge opener for Crew once again, though. Bodies are still disadvantaged state. Make that even more so. 1 left alive. It brings it to Rye. Easier said than done here. Poor Crew. Unfortunately, it won't be today. 2 game now, despite the 0-2 start, now have gained the lead.
That's fantastic. Here on Anubis to get those 3 rounds on CT side so early on in a half. And I always say it, 4 rounds Anubis, it's good enough to work with. Anything more than that, and you are sitting pretty. Heading on to the T side. Crew, they've got the guns back. 4 AKs in the Galil. No ops out in this round, though. I mean, look, 2Game could have afforded it, but they're not going to because they've already got the rifle. There's no reason to waste money. Couple of AKs as well. Reversive, along with 2 other players here on crew. Take their into canals, but lose the opening duel up against lukiz, who will fall eventually, but that flash is fantastic from Detroit J. Ataraxia gone, and they keep the man advantage.
At this point, crew, you wonder what are you going to do next? Just keep fighting for mid, these reversals. Detroit. Certainly heard that smoke. Proc out. PKL works in the mid along with his teammate from the back. PKL, not the survivor, but the teammate knows. Cheshkin has so little HP left. What other choice do you have if you're crew but to go to B? You've lost all your ground that you gained. 1 minute left through the smoke. No information other than body checking. Might be able to see the head of one, but Hardzao and Rai just barely miss each other. One flash to use on this entry.
That is really good repositioning from Hardzao in towards CT. Only gets 1, though. That was the low player. Now a trade could come in for Detroit J. Maybe deny the bomb plant. No. He just gets far enough forward, and he will die. Not even a frag for him. Yeah, only 1 left in Zareba in a 1v2. A1S in his hands. Bomb taken away. Has the kit and the utility, but probably just wants to rely on the gun to get the frags for him here.
Attack this out. Fake the diffuse. Shots on 1. Oh, and lit up both, but unfortunately, gang, you chase 2 rabbits, you lose them both. 3 and 3 now. Tough position to be in for crew and for 2Game. Economy in full swing on both sides, but not for the best way. Had to play this next round very carefully.
Yeah, it's going to be a force buy from 2Game. They know that things are fragile over on crew's side, so they decide that those 2 A1Ss and the AWP, along with a decent chunk of util, will be the best bet, and I don't blame them. That one slipped away, that previous one. And now into round number 7, they're still giving themselves a good chance of success. I think they want to get aggressive outside of B main. Where's the flash, guys? You can't just walk out here. A little risky. They walk out anyway. No flashbang thrown. Okay. I mean, look, no one spots them, so this is actually fantastic for 2Game.
And they just keep on pushing. It works out well. Surprise tactic found. lukiz takes so much damage in the process. Utilities wasted practically in crew spawn. They won't be able to have that for the execute. Full-on chaos everywhere on the minimap. Ataraxia is alone in mid. No one in 2Game is taking any of that control.
See, and the advantage right now for crew is, for 2Game, is that they don't know if there's another player that already went past that smoke or if someone else might be in towards T-spawn. So they have to re-clear that. That's what Raihi's doing. And he will realize, okay, it's clear. They want to readjust in towards the B site. 4 players grouped up, 3 from E-Box, which is actually going to be tough. Yeah, Detroit J gets the opener, throws the incendiary down, and Hardzao supporting with the rifle. This is not the play for crew, and they've only got 2 left now, Ataraxia and Raihi, and now Ataraxia's done. The bomb dropped at the feet of 2Game. I think Raihi may just want to save.
Yeah, you have no choice. Money's not in the best position. Don't want to risk it. 4 rounds. CT side 2Game, a very good position to be in.
Yeah, and I mean, not only that, they broke the economy quite a bit here for crew, so it's likely not going to be a full-on buy in this next round. You might have seen it if 2Game lost more bodies, but well, they'll lose 1 more. I think they just want to take the gun out of Raihi's hands, and they're not going to. Good job from Raihi. In fact, that actually makes it a little bit tougher on the buy if you're for 2Game. I wonder if that'll coax crew in. I still doubt it, because you have Ataraxia and Reversive down to 2 and 2.4k respectively. It feels like they're talking about it now, saying, well, we got those 2 frags, guys. Their money might not be that great, and it's not. You have to sell for an MP9, but
a little bit of a buy. You got some deagles.
A little investment.
I'm looking at Buddha now on that deagle. I really want him to recreate the magic he had back on Dust2. Deep in one of these players are. That's lukiz. Full mid control. I gotta stop that with just pistols. Well, The only one without a pistol, I suppose.
Well,
It's a good start.
yeah, I don't mind it. Zareva getting aggressive, looking for information, and he gets it. Detroit J actually got the trade immediately, and Reversive's down to 4 HP. Didn't see how that happened, but it's still problematic for Crew. Lukiz trying to be aggressive. That's not necessary, but it ends up working out for him, but only for 1, and that's an M4 on the ground. Great shot from Cheshkin. 3v3, he's a little wary of trying to get that gun, as he should be, because there's a couple of players that could pop out of the smoke at any moment. But it feels like he should be able to go and grab that, and that'll make this a lot more potent from Crew.
We haven't seen A execute yet from Crew. It's the hard wall, figuring out the mid-round where to poke next. A seems to be the decision factor. Right on the elbow side. Bomb lies. Just a matter of trying to get the proper shots, let Cheshkin do his thing in mid, draw that attention back over while everybody else pushes up into A. It may have worked. Hards out says no. The majority of the forces are gone. He may be good for all 3. Not spotted yet. Footsteps heard. Shots are out now. Still has the plan. 50 HP, 20 seconds left. Everyone, all that's left, 2. Colliding around. Cheshkin still has a chance. He sees the back of 1, makes it a 1v1. Last one with an AWP, picks up the AK. Dots around, Deagle. Unfortunately, not enough. A great defuse once again. 2-game keep their lead.
Yeah, that's a really good hold as well. The pressure was on towards that A site, and PKL knows that there's a player trying to come in with that deagle from mid, so he engages with him briefly in order to get the other 2 players to execute from A main. He knows that's going to happen. It's such a great play, because as soon as he engages, he forgets all about Cheshkin. He's like, okay, let him figure out where I am. He knows he has to try and take a fight if he wants to get in here, so I'm going to divert all my attention towards that A main execute, and that's exactly the right call. Sure, he doesn't get a frag, but he attracts the attention of those 2 players to the point where Hard Zhao is able to take care of the last 2. At least think it was Hard Zhao. Either way, it was fantastically drawn up there by 2-game. Comes down to the 1v1, but Detroit J grabs that AK immediately and takes care of business. 5th round found for 2-game, so this goes from good to great here in terms of the half on CT side.
Timeouts run brought out by Crew. A very desperate buy in the process, understanding now that they need to start gaining more of these T rounds. Didn't work well map 1, have to change that here. And again, my big worry is Crew's not going to really change a lot up in terms of macro. They're going to lose all their guns again, just keep ping-ponging their economy. Could be the benefit of expecting 2-game now to push up aggressively. We've seen that a lot on the rounds where Crew have a desperate buy. 2-game will take that extra space, sneak up behind Crew, and just dismantle the economy as their win condition.
Timeout's over. Crew have had time to talk things over. Loss bonus sitting at 2,900. But their bank accounts are pretty much drained. Except for Cheshkin, but that's still sub 1K. On the other side, an op has been afforded through some creative accounting here by 2-game. A couple of players settling for the MP9s. But Detroit J is having a pretty good map of Anubis, so it makes sense to want to activate him a little bit more on this CT end. Rahi tempted to peek out in towards mid. Detroit J is watching it. A double swing would be great here from Crew, one from each side. That seems like what they want to do, and that Molotov's actually thrown perfectly. That'll force Detroit J back completely and give a ton of space for Crew.
Molly into the swing, as you mentioned, a lot of great valuable space Crew desperately needs. 2-game are playing this very safe. Not sneaky up at all. Attempting to play around Detroit on that op. 26 HP, getting hit with all of the utility Crew has. And Araxia does not have an op. We saw him almost exclusively bring one out into the latter half of last map. He's setting up as ready for the swing here. Has to be careful. Good way of shutting down Molly. Lucas pushes through the smoke. Wants to get a timing here. 50 HP. SMG in hand. Reversive seems to know someone should be around. As soon as that smoke drops, though, chaos will erupt, and there it is! That's 2! Nearly a third. AK picked up into a third. No! Almost though. Rahi there for the trade. 3 players left now on Crew, 2 of which very low on HP. Cheshkin does find one. It's not much better for 2Game. Again, a meltdown. One player left, Detroit. The player who took the most damage at the start of the round is the sole survivor. Impact nade out now. Maybe able to find Cheshkin. The answer is no. Does a little bit of damage onto Atarax, but that's it. Colton made the save.
Wow. I mean, what a play from lukiz to open things up. 5v3. You figure 2Game got this one in the bag, but lukiz, as he tries to go for that third fight, he didn't have to. Could have just grabbed the AK and fallen back for cover. He loses it. So when that happens, that gives the space towards crew to try and walk up a little bit further. They do exactly that and eliminate every remaining player on the 2Game side. A little bit of discipline would have been good there for 2Game, but at least Detroit walks out with the AWP. That said, crew will find their fourth and bring this back to within 1 round.
So keeping it close though for crew. Post timeout, getting a round win, especially when your economy was in a horrible spot, is really good.
I mean, the economy was bad for 2Game as well, but this is interesting now. Oh, no, it makes sense. It makes sense. Lost bonus sitting at 1900. You want to force up around the AWP. It gives you an M4, 2 MP9s, and Zareba is settling for the default USP. No one has enough money to drop anything, but he wants to get that util. It's more valuable at this point for 2Game than buying up a pistol.
Alright, John's feeling confident.
Yeah.
Playing around that smoke.
This is such a good play.
Reversive for sure. Might not check that position. PKL may be the distraction. Alright, so I was looking for a way to get up there. Huge surprise factor. But everyone's backed off on cruise camp. 2Game have taken so much extra control here. Zareba. Attempting the jump peak. Maybe he'll find Rahi. PKL's taking the brunt of this utility though. There it is. Meltdown's begun. Ice cap's going away. Good for crew. That's 3 gone now. 2 left. 1 a pistol. The other an AWP.
That was actually a really nice cleanup from crew because there was really no information that 2Game could have gotten into canals. Obviously, there's the possibility that crew is thinking about, so they take a very careful approach and pick apart every single one while only losing 1 in turn. That's 3 for 1. Fantastic return on investment there for crew. Ataraxia plants the bomb. Oh, Zareba.
Oh, buddy. Oh.
No, right. Oh my God, no.
Oh, no. I was going to say, right, his positioning was so good. That's so unlucky. Oh, no. I mean, surely now, there's no time to go for the defuse. 2Game haven't lost their confidence, at least.
Oh.
Do you think the call now is that 2Game's going to stack A site?
No.
No?
You can't commit that much towards the A side or Anubis. I think they might send. I think they'll just send their default. I don't think they're going to change anything here. Probably a couple of players have one that'll cycle between camera and mid, and then have the rest of your forces leaning in towards B. It's just too much. You're giving up too much map control if you do that. It's so difficult on Anubis. And maybe that's why they want to rework it and take it out of the pool, because CG side is very, very difficult right now. And it's tough to make those calls. Either way, it will be an MP9, an AK, and an AWP. And the only reason they have these is because Rahi didn't shoot. Rahi decided that he was going to play trigger discipline, which I guess is okay. He was hoping to get more than that, but it really does cost them, not only in their lives, but in their inability to find the guns, or take the guns out of 2Game's hands. Opening frag already found by Zareba.
Lucas's position is so good. And while crew are making a lot of headroom in mid, Lucas can just play this timing so well. Timing's been made, at least from that end. Lucas's go time. Pushing on forwards now. Players on A side losing out plenty of bodies in the process. 3 now on PT. Collapse up together. Detroit does find Ataraxia. Good start, yes. 2 players are gone now from crew. Same could be said for 2Game. Others reverse their way around. Detroit once again is attempting to be that distraction factor. Rahi says, you can't distract me. That leaves Detroit to be the last one left.
All right, making up for that previous round at the very least. Nice 2K spray down. He's got 16 frags as well, so we can't really criticize him too much, but that was just really unfortunate. 6th round will be found by Crew. Already 5's enough. I already said this before on the 2-game side. They have a very strong T side. So they're in good shape. A 6th would be gravy for them, and the saved AWP, assuming it will be saved, will help out immensely. Make money here. With that off, they will have a fairly good buyout. It's just that lukiz may be a little softer because he needs that M4 drop.
Last round of the half. Let's see how 2-game can fare now. They have changed things up again. Big props to 2-game. They've been the ones to be more experimental in this matchup. I like what lukiz was doing that last round with a gigantic flank. Unfortunately, I think the timing was just a little too late to find impact off of it. Stack up towards B once again. Plenty of util dump and flashes out throughout mid. So far, so good. Smoke, creating a barrier now between the two teams. No appearance of Crew in the server just yet. Really taking their time with this push in mid. That's going to be Raihi once again. Taking the bold plea to push forwards. PKL seemingly aware. Smoke goes down. Surprise factor. Forwards to PKL once again. Driven it forwards. We're looking at a 6-6.
Yeah, another 5v3 for 2-game, but this time they don't have sticks and stones around them. They've got the A1Ss and the AWP, and lukiz putting that to great effect. Buddha, gone. Reversive. Is he just going to walk through here? Doesn't have a flash. He's going to get waste position. Yeah. He's done. And so is the round, and probably the half, with Ataraxia the last one standing.
Fantastic half for 2-game, all things considered. Ataraxia enjoying his time with the AWP. One. Overall, again, very good half. Can't wait to see how things play out in the second half. I don't know, JR.
Should be interesting as we head to the halftime break.
Down through the wires and the pipelines. We go disconnecting from the city and the skyline. This is the numbers again. The fights, the fear, the this is the numbers again. Counting up coins for a soda can. And there's nothing going on, no game plan, no plans. So I'm jumping out the fire, back into the frying pan. I'm trying to disconnect from the stats and the spray tan. Just a number of pieces of data. Just this is the numbers again.
go to broad daylight, feeding every night like Friday night. I keep the party on rock and I Bombay ice. Gotta see stars like Broadway lights. I told a baby girl, you don't gotta kick it with the daydreamers. You can skip the line, I'm the gatekeeper. Plus I got the crowd going crazy, dance floor blazing up, going. When they see me show up, I be feeling glowed up. When they see me show up, I be feeling so, feeling so. When they see me show up, I be feeling glowed up. When they see me show up, I be feeling so, feeling so.
Into the second half of action, that was a very good CT side from Crew. 6 rounds on the board. That is pretty much exactly what the stats gave us as the expectation, and Crew delivered. Now they go on to their T side where things have been a lot better, winning 66.7% of their T rounds. Let's see if it starts with a pistol round victory.
Stack up towards A and a collusion towards B, it seems, from both sides of Crew. A good opening start here. Plenty of distance made by 2Game. Fast-tracked their way all the way in the back of the map towards B site. That's going to put a lot of pressure on Reversive. Unfortunate first half, going only 2-9. Just to try to bring it up back here. But instead, decision's been made. 2Game will go over towards A site right away. Crew finding so much impact. Lucas, especially though, with the reverse, does not leave much for wear. Crew taking the lead past this pistol on CT.
All right. Well done from Crew to take that first one. They won both pistols here. Can't forget they got that pistol in the first half on their T side. This 2Game. Trying to recover here, heading into round number 14. 4 Tech 9s and the Mac 10. They're going for the force buy anyway, which we've seen happen. Oh, this round's not live. Something happened, so we are going to start over again. But interesting to see 2Game go for that force buy. Because in the meta right now, a lot of these T sides, even without the bomb plants, are going for Tech 9s and Mac 10s. So it's interesting. They just... The success rate's a lot higher in CS2, let's say, on some of those crazy rounds.
Yeah, I mean, you're investing a little bit, but nothing too wild. You're able to usually make the money back, if not hurt the economy of the winning team. I'm no math expert, but it does seem to work out well. There we go. Back into the fray. Another nuclear apocalypse. We are back. Should see them, a full force buy yet again for 2Game. There it is. Really curious to see how 2Game wants to play out this early round.
Still have a timeout called here. We'll let you guys know what's happening in just a moment with this technical pause, as soon as we have information. Do you hear some typing on the server, so maybe this will be a quick one. Either way, there's... Apparently, we've got some microphone issues here on one of the players, but it's going to be quick, folks. So we'll be right back into the action in just a moment. But yeah, no, we're still going to have that force buy for 2Game. I can't blame them. With the 4 techs and the Mac 10, though, I believe this will be a fast execute in towards the B site since they're all facing in that direction.
Absolutely. Now, surely 2Game are just going to stack a site, right? As they execute, probably B site. Just overwhelm CT. I think that'd be a formidable way to push on forwards. We're still waiting to see a fix for the microphone issues. 2Game, of course, if they win this, they will win the series. Or win the map, they will win the series. Crew, if they end up winning this map, we will be going to Nuke. It's our last map. It's the only remaining one. For those who are just tuning in now, just going to go over the picks and bans once again. We did see Crew ban out Inferno. 2Game banned out Ancient. We did see map number 1 be Crew's pick for Dust2. Did not go well for them. This is 2Game's pick. It's Anubis. And then we saw the Train and Mirage bans after from Crew and 2Game respectively. And as we head into the next round, we'll have Nuke possibly as our third map. It seems like the microphone issues have been fixed, and we're ready to go head back in.
All right. 2 game. Let's see what they can do here on what is expected to be a very quick pop in towards the B site. They do slow it up a little bit in the early goings. I think they're trying to draw out some util and see what crew deploy, but in fact, util's light here on the crew side, so that's going to be 2 games advantage. Good flashbang toss. Incendiary's not going to do much there, and they're already in towards A. Rahi could be a key piece, but he's smoked off for now, which means that 2 game can likely secure the bomb plant in what is a full 5v5 still.
Full 5v5, but not for much longer. Look at the weapon differential here. There should be easy peasy lemon squeezy for crew to get back in, but it's that fear of pushing forwards and having that smaller weaponry up close that could work well for 2 game. Retake. Beginning now from crew. Slowly parsing their way back into the site. It's just a matter of finding one. Buddha opening pick, opens things up. It's an attempted defuse, but now all out chaos everywhere.
Oh my God.
Shots after shots after shots. 2 game again, keeping things alive. No one's close to the defuse, but now it's beginning. Reserves is making
no
the
time.
attempt, but he falls. And there it is. 2 game. They sneak that round away from crew.
Oh, Ataraxia survives the bomb explosion, so he's going to try and double back to get a better gun, but he's not going to find it. The FAMAS is all he'll find out of that round. I can't believe 2 game win it. 7-7. They were hanging on for their very lives, spamming away with the Tech 9s through the smoke to get a critical one there, and afterwards continue to fire away. I think it was Hard Zhao who gets one, and then the follow-up on the diffuser, even though he ends up dying and is the last bastion of hope, I would say, at least in terms of manpower for 2 game. It doesn't matter. The time ran out for the defusal, and crew lose the round. That is absolutely devastating for them. Only saving a FAMAS out of the round, and 2 game on the other side are going to have the full rifles, well, except for Hard Zhao, who's on the Mac 10. And now they can slow up the pace a little bit. That was a really good call, though.
Really, really good call now. Definitely keeps the money at bay for crew. We can see the results. Just 2, well, was 2 weapons. Now it's just 1. The FAMAS available. Most of the big buys are now gone for crew. 3v5. Attempt to push into the smokes once again. Reversive struggling hard on this map. 2-10. Able to help pad up those stats some more. Maybe not. For an opportunity. There's Reversive on 1. Immediately traded out. Attempted comeback now from crew. 1 more pick and they'll have things evened up. They're picking up weaponry in the process. But as we say that, Hard Zhao around the corner will have the perfect opportunity to see someone sneaking through the smokes. But from behind, it's going to be a small flank. Quick round again from 2 game, returning to the lead.
And what's great about that one for 2 game is that was the 4 spy on crew's side. So now they're going to this one, ecoing probably for everyone. Maybe Reversive can buy a P250 or a 5.7, but Ataraxia wants to get that op up sooner rather than later, so he's probably not going to invest too much. We'll see how much util they get. In fact, it's just Reversive on a flashbang, not even a pistol bot up. He spends a 300 for util, hoping that that will be enough and that 2 game will head in their direction. The stack is on here, given the lack of firepower for crew. 4 players towards A, 1 lurking at B is Treshkin. I don't know if that was the plan, but Buddha just flies out there. Yeah, they threw the flash to hopefully get 1. It would have been better just to wait on the site, because that could have happened even more. PKL gone, AK potentially picked up, and that, actually a Galil, excuse me, that's a coup, honestly, for crew.
Oh, dangerous game being played. That's lukiz. It's only 1 body gone for 2 game. A single Galil now. lukiz gets rid of that. Caster's cursing all the big buys this have for crew. Bomb's gone down. 2 CT left alive with nothing but pistols. Rahi does pick up the Galil. There's really just no entryway back in.
It's still good to have the Galil with the loss bonus being 2,400 into this next round. Assuming he gets to keep it. He's in trouble. Yeah, he's completely surrounded.
Surely they don't let him keep the Galil.
I don't think so. And he has to fight for it. And he's going to try now. That keeps 2game onto the site, but it doesn't matter anyway. Even if they die to the bomb, which they won't, Rahi is gone. Detroit J, the finishing touch. 9-7 for 2game, who are looking fairly comfortable as they switch over to their T side, despite losing the pistol round.
Yeah, I was going to say, Crew, one pistol and nothing else since. May have to start thinking about maybe calling for a timeout here. Crew, they've at least changed up different ideas. They full stack mid, they full stack day. Switched it up. The 2game, once again, they found better opportunities, and most importantly, their timings have been impeccable when it comes to fights. I do like what's happening over on the A side. Zerba may be able to find a pick here if he can just dance his way forwards on A site. Draw the attention of Crew over to a rotate through mid. Majority of 2gamers sitting, waiting for that to happen. Also made the back up though. Gunfights ensure through mid. Mostly going in Crew's favor. That's Zerba and PKL gone.
That's not bad. The problem is, oh no, Detroit! The timing. I was about to say Detroit has one locked down here, but he pulls off the angle right as they're pushing out of A main. He definitely saw them, so that's information gained. And you see with lukiz coming in from CT, they may be able to get the B site. 2 players in con. Certainly they're aware of this. Do they have the Molotov? They do.
Gonna make this count though. Ataraxia, Reversive, both get one. One left now on 2game. Big shutdown. The draw over to A did not work out well. And with just an AWP left, attempt to go for the plant, get some money. Does happen. Oh, but it's gonna be such an expensive loss for Detroit.
Unless.
Possibility, right? That's one. Oh, it's only the beginning of things, though. I mean, hey, you know, better than zero.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an extra $100 in the bank. It's not too bad. But as it stands, Crew with a good hold there to get their 8th on the board. And now those 3 rounds that 2 games strung together will allow them to have another buy-up into this one because they were so clean in the process. I think they should be able to get the op in Detroit J's hands. I believe it's already been dropped on the ground. There it is. Util a little lighter than you'd like to see. Probably would have been better for PKL to go on to the Galil so they can get a few more pieces of util. But they want that firepower in their favor. We'll see if that pans out. Detroit J, opener onto Buddha. Crew got aggressive there and are punished for it and then lose Rahi immediately afterwards here, Keg.
It just continues. That's 2 bodies gone off of mid. B site completely empty now. Formation, though, not given to 2game. They're not aware of that just yet. Crew's already rotated to A. Anticipating this is where 2game would end up. Not quite the case. See, Hard's out. Push up more into B site. He'll be aware now that this is an empty site. Cheshkin, though. Gonna take this duel. Doesn't find one, unfortunately. Crew, 2 bodies left alive, all outside the extremities of A. Reversive. Dancing. Jugal peeking. They have an opportunity here. Ataraxia is right behind. Could be able to trade out his teammate. But no. 45 seconds are left. Still, no one's aware that B site has completely been evacuated.
This might be a wipeout for 2game. Ataraxia and Reversive need to save the guns. Like, they should not be fighting at all. They should be hiding. They know they obviously need to take engagements, but they've given away any advantage they could possibly have by showing their hand. Ataraxia.
Oh, timing.
Yeah. Oh, what a flick onto
okay.
lukiz.
Right, but there is that flank behind them now. Bomb has been planted. That's a foregone conclusion. Ataraxia is forced to reload. Here's one player behind. Does get the snipe. Huge. But immediately the pivot's back out. Hard's out. Puts Ataraxia down and collects the op.
Look, I mean, Ataraxia, a couple of frags there is not too bad, and the economy's not exactly in a position for 2game where it's like, oh, those 2 frags don't matter. They do. I mean, still, there's money there, but you see PKL, Detroit J below 1K, Zareba hovering around the 1K mark, and Lukiz just below 2. So I would say that if Crew can pull things together, they might be able to punish the economy of 2 game. That being said, looking at their own economy, it's weird, right? Ataraxia has 4.2K, Reversive at 3.6, and Cheshkin at 3.3 could potentially tempt them into a force buy. But my feeling is they're going to say, we want that AWP, we want that strong util, let's just bite the bullet here, stack a site, and hope for the best.
Yeah. Most likely going to be B side. We've seen those stack us on A, and that didn't really provide much value for Crew. Will say, though, being in an equal position, 8 and 10, very similar to map 1, but the scoreline benefits Crew so much more. Instead of stacking up a site, though, it's mostly a stack in mid. Knowing full well that 2 game love to take opening engagements here. We've seen Crew overextend, try to fight into 2 game. That did not go well. And to have these B-sided players push into them, well, same conclusion, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, the problem is 2 game have been throwing that molly very effectively for the entirety of this half, and Crew stack up there, yes, but they had to have known the possibility would be for them to be flushed out by the Molotov, and they absolutely are. Reversive dead. Cheshkin, the last one standing. Still all 5 players alive for 2 games. So not only does Crew go for the eco, but they can't damage the economy of 2 game, which will only bolster 2 games' chances at victory on both the map and the series here.
All right, this is where it matters most. Post timeout, post eco round Crew, full buy. Now you're much more of a math magician than me, Jade. Does this mean if Crew gets completely wiped this round, everything's gone away, is this their last full buy of the series?
Yeah, I mean, unless they can come through and win a force buy in the round afterwards, they're going to have nothing left in the tank. It's going to be difficult. Ataraxia's got the op, though. Util is pretty strong. They've already deployed a lot of it in the early round. Detroit J's in a great spot. They need to smoke this, but they won't. Flashes out, there's the smoke. But the problem is, look how much space is over the top of it. So, still a chance, and there's the smoke blow. Smoke pop, excuse me. So that gives some information to 2 game, and they don't have to execute off of that, right? They can just fall back. And there's that Molotov again. Lucas, well, he was going to throw it, then he said, okay, hold on a second. Maybe we don't need to. Maybe I can save this for later.
The pressure was up. A now extremities being fought for.
Now, will eventually.
So far, just Util City.
That
Not much
may
left for Crew in the
give
post
them
plant. They have
a
one
decent
smoke.
chunk of space.
No
going
flashes
into
available
mid.
at
As
all.
of now,
for
2 game are just kind of
I
defaulting
apologize.
a little
They have
bit,
2 flashes,
hoping that
one
pushes
smoke
will
and one
come through
molly.
from Crew and they'll get over aggressive, but
They do
no
have some
one's
options
biting.
here for the push-in.
The right call here is to go to the B site.
Seems like a re-wrap back around to
And
B.
with 43 seconds
One
left
player
in the
did move
posturing
away
of 2
from
game,
B site,
that's where
rotated
they're
back
headed.
to A.
You get 1
Mid is
frag.
empty.
You get a 1-for-1 on Buddha,
Smoke
and
is out
Reverse is in
now.
huge trouble.
Backside B, that's going to spell go time now for this team to push into sight. There it is, though. Wide swing into a
Not
push.
even
Buddha
close.
falls. Ataraxia may try to do some heroics if he can rotate over in time with the AWP. Unfortunately, though, not quite the case. Hargzao does get rid of Rahi. And it seems like the call's been made. Yeah, Crew, no entryway back in. They have to save all the weaponry they can. So it's not their last full buy.
All right. 5v3 in favor of 2 game. Crew, yeah, they want nothing to do with this. As you would expect, they are going to completely fall off of any attempt
Seems
at
like
the
we may
B
have lost
site, because
JR.
if they lose it, all these guns are gone. And now
Waiting on
2
that
game realizes,
confirmation,
okay,
that's okay.
we've got the money. Maybe we should chase these guys out. And they are, but they're going in the wrong direction. They're going
There it
in
is,
towards
12th round
T-spawn.
now.
They expected Crew to fall back
Fourth
further
game.
from the bomb sites, and they don't. So Crew is safe, and so are the guns.
Interesting.
All right. We're going in here, guys. 12 to 8. It looks like we have another not live at the beginning of this round. So we're going to get a bit of a match medic.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me now?
All right, there we go. Just had a few technical issues on our side now, guys, but we're good.
Weird.
Perfect timing, though, because
Yeah,
they had it
yeah.
not live at the beginning of the round.
It was our quick 20-second break, you know? Union calls for it.
But yeah, I mean, look, you've got those 3 guns. I already talked about it for crew. You must, obviously, buy up around them because it's 12 rounds up for 2 game, and I think this timeout's going to end very shortly. I hear the typing. Let's look at the buy-up that we're going to have from crew.
Yeah.
MP9 makes sense. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I mean, I'm not sure what happened with our audio back there, but I was saying how we saw the very early save. Crew had to do whatever they could to ensure, okay, well, we don't need another force buy. Like, we had to stay competitive into this and hope for OT.
Okay, bit of a misbuy there for Reversive, but luckily you can sell in CS2, so no UMP. Gonna have the MP9. Wondering if the UMP might be bought up a little bit more with the nerf to the MP9 at mid-range, though. I mean, I'm thinking the FAMAS will be favored, but yeah. Anyway, that's just a side note once we get onto that new patch here in competitive play. But right now, it's still old CS2.
I gotta let Reversive enjoy it while he can.
Yeah, it's the last moments of the OP MP9.
This is his send-off to the weapon.
Yeah.
Goodbye, old friend. And hey, we may be saying the same for the series too. 2 game only needs 1 more round to win this out 2-0 versus crew. A huge impact nade comes out early on. Destroys half of the HP, destroys Reversive's legs.
Oh my
Unlucky.
god, all util damage.
It is a meltdown on B site. And all that leaves now is Buddha. He's been fine, 1 HP gone. His teammate's not as lucky. And what do you do with this one?
Oh,
Guess
Mikael.
what? No, it pushes
Jeez.
on forward. Oh no! He thought he'd be good for 1, but unfortunate there, crew. It's all but over. A 1v4, planting to the opposite side that Buddha's on. There's no way crew can get back into this.
I mean, there is a way.
Oh sure,
perhaps.
sure. Maybe
But
a 1v4. I
It
mean,
feels,
Lucas,
I'm
17 HP.
I'm just being devil's advocate for the sake of it. But yeah.
You are the devil himself.
Yeah. No, it just honestly, there's a slim, extremely slim, below 1% chance possibility, and yeah, it's over. Luke is going to get the headshot with the AWP. Overkill comes through. 2 game, have the 2-0 victory. They move on, and crew do not.
Really love the adjustments overall that we saw from 2 game for the entire time.